Croeso Sianel Blaid Llwyd. We're back with Tennis Ace. I'm trying to keep this at roughly one video a month at the moment. I know Basket is way ahead of me when it comes to updates. But I'm just going to try and keep it going like this, and eventually, maybe, possibly, I might catch up with him. Anyway, if you remember, we left it with Shuichi's volleyball tournament going on, so we're going to pick things up right there. The five of them walk out of the venue with Haruki looking back to us with an indecipherable look on his face, his arm being tugged away by my little brother. Aki-kun came out the real save, huh? Well, I thought for sure we wouldn't be able to get some time for ourselves. Yeah, surprisingly smooth save from him. Almost like he knew something was up. You don't think he realised something, do you? With how obvious you are? I'd be surprised if all of them haven't figured it out by now. You twirled me in the air for a full minute. Oh, sorry. I was just a tad too excited. Yeah, you're the really excitable type. I already knew that when I said yes to dating you. I imagined stuff like this would happen. Shuichi's tail begins wagging once again as he chuckles. For some reason, even though his fur is dishevelled and slightly matted with sweat, seeing him look so happy and proud of himself makes my chest tight. Oh, by the way, Ruki was here, huh? Yeah, I saw him at the lobby, invited him to join us. I hope that wasn't a problem. The only problem is he's an ass. Actually, he's been mostly well behaved. I think it's just you he has a problem with. What did I do? I don't know if I should answer that. Oh, by the way, was I imagining things, or was he trying to make me jealous there? You're probably imagining things. If I tell him Haruki knows about it, he might just have a heart attack. I'll hold off on that knowledge for now. Although I have to say, he's been a little nicer lately. Really? Yeah, it really surprised both me and Coach. He's been deferring to instructions, hasn't been insulting people as often. He grumbles to himself a lot, though. Could it be they actually took my advice to heart? Holy shit, did I tame the beast? Shuichi scratches his chin, looking thoughtful. Something puzzling you? No, I just realised that we're alone right now. Wasn't that the whole point behind you asking me to stay here by myself? I have an idea. Come with me for a second, will you? Shuichi grabs me by the hand and leads me away. Where are we going? There's a maintenance closet nearby that's always empty. No one's going to use it today, so it's safe. Why are you taking me to a closet? Because I want to kiss you and I can't do that in public, dummy. Crap. He just said something really embarrassing like it was nothing. I can't take this. My face gets so hot I feel I could cook an egg on it. Shuichi nonchalantly opens the door to the closet, getting us both inside and closing it behind us like it was nothing. Wow, it's tight in here. Oh, I said it was private. I didn't say it was spacious. Fair point, I guess. Almost as soon as the door is closed behind her, Shuichi wraps his arms around me, shutting me up with a kiss. Jeez, at least let me finish talking. Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist. I just had to get my hands on you as soon as I could. That's a really embarrassing thing to say. Even though he'd been playing until recently, his fur and shirt hadn't been soaking wet like I thought he'd be. He was certainly a bit damp, but that's something I've grown more than used to over the years. Sorry, that match really got my blood running in a good way. What do you... He barely gives me the time to react. Shuichi's hands just rub and squeeze my back as he continues to kiss me over and over. Shuichi's lips keep smacking against mine over and over. Instead of one long, satisfying kiss, Shuichi instead gives me multiple fleeting kisses all over. Nipples on my ears, kisses my neck, my cheek, and touches me all over. In fact, he goes especially for my neck. Even though it really feels good and I have to resist the urge to make sounds, something about it still bothers me. Shuichi, hang on for a second. As soon as I say those words, he steps away from me, suddenly looking worried. There's something wrong. You don't look at me like I shot your puppy. I'm sorry. Is there something wrong or not? Kinda. It's just... You're being really forward all of a sudden. It feels out of place. I mean, you have tried to be spontaneous in the past, but right now you're just coming at me out of nowhere without giving me room to breathe. Yeah, and we've only been dating for a few days. I don't think we're ready to be all over each other quite like that yet. Is he avoiding my gaze now? Why is your face so red all of a sudden? It's kind of an embarrassing thing about me. Now I've got to know, what is it? Can't you just ignore it? Nope, spill. Oh, whenever I have a really good match, I sometimes get a bit riled up. Why is that embarrassing? Most people do. Hell, I do too. No, that's a different kind of riled up. I don't understand what you mean. Yeah. Shuichi grabs my hand and... Ah! My hand is placed directly on top of Shuichi's crotch, where I immediately feel something hard pushing up against the fabric. I got like this as soon as I started kissing you. I stand frozen in place, unable to move or do anything. I just feel it pulsing against my hand. My face gets hotter and hotter by the passing second. You can pull your hand away now. Right. I take a step away from him, rubbing the back of my neck awkwardly, unable to hold his gaze. Sorry, that's a really weird thing to do all of a sudden, huh? Kinda? So, volleyball just pushes your buttons? Oh no. Oh god, kill me now. Sorry, no can do. So if it's not the volleyball that does it, then what is it? You're not going to let this go, are you? Unlikely. Shuichi looks away from me again, his face so red I can see it through his navy blue fur. He swallows multiple times, opening his mouth every time before closing it again and repeating this ritual. He does it 7 times before words finally come out of his mouth. It's when I play a really satisfying game, or when my blood gets pumping and I start feeling like I'm being challenged, or when I feel like I'm doing really well. This match right now is the latter. I felt really good because we did super well. My mind was rushing and my heart was beating so fast with ecstasy the whole time. After we were done, I just wanted to find you, bring you here and, well, fool around, I guess. Man, that's really brazen of you. I've always had these kind of impulses. They're just hard to control when my blood gets pumping. That would explain why I'm always so touchy-feely during practice. Busted, huh? Maybe we should head back to the lobby. Oh, I still wanted to kiss you lots more. Yeah, well, maybe it wouldn't be a good idea when you're this worked up. Well, I get it can be embarrassing, but I didn't think it was something I needed to hide from you anymore. I just think that it's a bit too soon for me to be feeling your thing through your pants. You don't have to touch it. I also wasn't going to let my hands go anywhere below your waist without your permission. Well, some kind of sex fiend. You sure? You brought me to a secluded closet already because you wanted me alone. Well, yeah, because I wanted to kiss you, not because I wanted to do whatever it is you're thinking of. Shuichi steps away from me, crossing his arms and rubbing the bridge of his nose, letting out an exasperated sigh. Well, safe to say the mood is gone. Sorry. Whatever, let's just get back to the lobby and wait for the others. I nod, reaching for the handle of the door. But first... Shuichi quickly gives me a peck on the cheek, a big smile on his face. I just wanted to tell you look really handsome today. I love you. Don't just say embarrassing things like that all of a sudden. While you're on the court, I also thought you looked really stunning. And careful, you keep saying things like that, I'm going to jump you again. And back to the lobby we go. A few hours later. That was a great match. Shuichi runs up to us as soon as he's finished with his post-match interview. I step behind Sire to make sure the same incident from earlier doesn't happen again. You all seem to be in a really good mood. I guess having easy matchups does that to you. Oh, stop being so negative about everything. You should be happy we qualified for the finals. Why? It's not like I'm going to be playing in them. The only reason you're not one of our regulars is because of your terrible attitude. What, seriously? This guy was supposed to be one of the regulars? You don't have to act so surprised. The wolf huffs in annoyance, glaring at Sire. Sorry. Haruki first joined the club last year and we saw he could do it, all really excited. We thought he'd be our ace player from now on. And he started insulting everyone and refusing to behave. Eventually he's removed from the players selected for matches. Haruki avoids Shuichi's gaze, grumbling. Although I've noticed a marked improvement in his attitude over the past 2 weeks. It's actually surprised me a lot. I was talking to the coach about maybe putting him into our match tomorrow. The wolf's ears twitch as he turns his head to look straight at Shuichi. I care one way or another. Those are the words he says, but I see his tail beginning to wag really slowly from side to side, almost like he's making a conscious effort to suppress it. I've had my doubts about it for a while, but seeing how he acted when he first saw Aki and now this. This guy's the type that just can't be honest about how he's feeling, isn't he? I lean towards Aki outside Haruki's sight, whispering something to him, and keeping in mind how good the wolf's hearing is. Hey Aki, try praising and encouraging him over it. Aki shoots me a curious look before nodding. Aki tugs on Haruki's arm with a huge smile on his face. Wasn't that great? You have to play and show everyone how good you are. That's amazing, Haruki-san. The wolf's eyes go wide as he looks down at my brother, who plays the part of an excited little boy perfectly. I guess it is. Thanks, kid. He pets Aki's head, a gentle smile on his face. Yep, I'm sure of it now. I'd recognise that look anywhere. Hey, Haruki, do you have any siblings? I have a little brother. Why? And how old is your brother? His eyebrows furrow as he looks at me with confusion. Thankfully, I think Aki's still doing a pretty good job of making the guy behave, and the wolf doesn't even notice it. I guess he's around your brother's age. Again, why? No reason. Shuichi flashes me a smile as he finally realises where I'm going with this. Yeah, the look I've been seeing on Haruki's face is one I know all too well. It's a look for a loving older brother. There's no way I could mistake it. The guy probably has a soft spot for Aki because it reminds him of his own brother. I feel I could really exploit that. For good reasons, of course. Yeah, Coach said you can cooperate with the team, he'll put you back in. You've already been doing a lot better lately, so I think we could give it a try. What do you think? Imagine how your little bro would feel if he saw his brother playing during the finals of a big competition. Hook, line and sinker. The wolf looks away, looking suddenly very embarrassed. And still petting Aki's head. Does he even notice it by this point? I don't know. I still think this team is just a bunch of little Please don't curse in front of my little brother. Oh, sorry. He doesn't even realise he's being played, does he? Let's make sure to show up tomorrow with a uniform, okay? And again, try to be courteous. I don't know if I... Haruki-san, I'll be cheering for you too. His face immediately goes red. I'll try my best. I give Aki a thumbs up and he flashes me a cheeky smile. About half an hour later, we all decide to head back home for the day. Since we all live around the same direction, the four of us walk most of the path together. And if we somehow manage to tame Koizumi, then we're going to have a huge boost tomorrow. I talked to him a few times lately, and I was kind of got the feeling he was just trying to push people away, because he didn't really know how to deal with them. He even gave me advice on how to deal with Shuichi, in his own little way. And if you think of his constant insults as playful ribbing, he becomes a lot easier to deal with. I don't think people would think of it like that. I thought he's really rude at first. After you told him to stop being insulting, he really did. I was surprised. He's been a lot more civil with me lately. Ever since that conversation we had in the roof, he's been much nicer. I guess he feels like he lost in his own game back then and now respects me or something like that. Why can't he be that nice to me or the other club members? Well, I gather he thinks your way of always being cheerful and encouraging is actually you looking down on people. What? Oh, that's ridiculous. I agree, but it's how he sees it. I don't think you could convince him otherwise. Maybe you go with a different approach when you deal with him. Oh yeah, like what? Fall for his baits and butt heads with him? That might actually work. You're kidding me. You're trying to talk to him like he's some kind of average Joe when he clearly isn't. He doesn't like people who are just nice for the sake of being nice. Just be blunt instead. Throw your weight around, that might work better. This all sounds like terrible advice. If you didn't plan on changing the way you deal with it, then why did you even ask in the first place? Oh no, don't get me wrong, I'll try it. It just sounds like terrible advice. Smartass. We arrive at my house after a somewhat long walk. Do you guys want to come inside for a bit? Sorry, Dad asked me to go straight home after the competition. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, actually, Shuichi-san, I won't be available tomorrow. Oh, I see. I want to go, but I already have something else I cannot skip. Oh, it's alright, Jun-kun. I'll be cheering for you in my mind. I hope you guys win. Thanks. I won't have time to stop by and pick you up tomorrow, Carried. Try not to be late, okay? Oh, it's alright. I already have the bucket of water prepared in case he doesn't get up. I swear I won't be late. I'll hold you to that. See ya. Bye-bye. The match is about to start. The mood today is totally unlike yesterday's. We can't bring ourselves to play and joke around like we did then. This is it. Mina Mikawa versus Shiroyama. Shuichi's never been able to beat Shiroyama before. They're basically his arch rivals. And the fact that they're a team similar to his own only stings him further. They're both teams that forsake individual strength in favour of unity. Shuichi is, without a doubt, the best individual player in that court. But even that doesn't mean anything. You can't play by yourself in volleyball. That also means you can't win or lose by yourself either. You think they can do it this time? I really hope so. Shuichi knew was really excited that Wolf was going to be playing this time. Maybe the guy will make a difference after all. He certainly had a lot of praise to give him. Even if all that praise was blanketed under annoyance over Haruki's personality. They haven't even started yet. My chest already hurts. That's because we know how much is riding on this. If Rata loses here, that's the end of his high school volleyball career. Shuichi, please win. Every one of us is feeling on edge right now. Even I am. My chest feels so incredibly tight. Shuichi might act like he doesn't care about volleyball all that much, but I don't want to imagine how he might be if he lost today on what's supposed to be his last chance. God, if you exist, please help Shuichi. Well, they're starting. Just like Saya says, the players have finished their warm-up routine as the captains are now flipping a coin to decide who will serve first. Last year, Shirama had 2 players who could do jump serves. Think they've got any better at that this time around. Wasn't one of the players a senior? That would mean he's graduated by now, right? And there should be only one left. Yeah, but that was months ago. Other players could have learned how to do it by then. Plus, you always have to account for any arriving freshmen. According to their brochure, they only have 1 freshman as a regular. Which one is it? Well, number 15, that really tall middle blocker. Yanks, that guy's built like a truck. He's almost as tall as Shuichi, too. Whether or not, their team is built mostly of juniors and seniors. Our school doesn't have any freshmen in the starting players. Oh, yeah. The other team won the coin toss. Their captain is the first one to serve. He gets in position for a jump serve. I remember that guy from last year. His serves were a pain in the ass then, too. Yeah, I recognise that, dear. He's the only one in Shiroyama that could match Shuichi's serves. But then again, considering how much of an upgrade Shuichi's gone through, I really don't think this guy could keep up in that area. He tosses the ball into the air and jumps after it. The hit ball goes much slower than expected, swerving erratically in the air. I faintly hear one of the players barking in order and jumping after the ball. He attempts to get the ball with an underhand receive, but it swerves at the last second and hits him on the forearm instead, bouncing out of the court. Huh? That guy can do a jump float now? That is so annoying. Shuichi gives the player that missed the ball a pat on the back. Then he resumes with Adir once again tossing the ball into the air. Will it be a floater again? This time the ball is hit with tons of momentum, making a loud sound that echoes through the court. It flies like a bullet towards the other side. At least one good thing can be said of Shuichi's ridiculous training routines. He's practiced his jump serve so many times against his teammates they've grown used to fast balls. In an instant, a player dashes towards the ball, making clean contact with it and sending the ball to the setter position. Nice! Shuichi jumps to make faster contact with that ball. His form is so clean I can't tell at all where he's going to send it. He tosses the ball behind him to the spiker directly next to him. The spiked ball collides against the tip of the opposing blocker's fingers. It flies into the opponent's court. Because of the decreased momentum, they're able to receive it clearly, continuing the rally. Their setter isn't as impressive as Shuichi. His tosses aren't as accurate, and I think he either doesn't like to or doesn't know how to do jump tosses consistently. He definitely doesn't call as much attention as Shuichi does. Both teams continue to connect the ball and keep the rally going. So far, it seems they're neck and neck. Shuichi organises better attacks while our team's offensive power is higher. The Shurayama has better blockers and are capable of keeping us from scoring the points. Right from the start of the match, the game is close. Then the ball is received cleanly and sent right for Shuichi. So far he's been doing a good job of distributing the ball. Back attacks, quick attacks. He used every single one of his spikers at one point or another and made a good job giving them good passes. Then, to our surprise, instead of tossing the ball, Shuichi's hand meets it just above the net and he lightly pushes it into the other team's side. Caught by surprise, the ball falls behind the blockers and their defenders cannot save it. Wow, Shuichi isn't usually the type to do dump attacks. After the loss last year, he'd said something about increasing his offensive skill set. I guess this is what he meant by it. The serve that blows your arms off clearly wasn't enough, right? Haruki-san hasn't really done much so far. Oh yeah, that's true. Shuichi hasn't tossed him much yet, even though the guy's at the net. Shuichi isn't the kind that trusts in his instincts. He tends to avoid making plays he hasn't practiced tons of times before. He's probably avoiding Haruki since he doesn't have much experience with him. Just then, a ball is tossed to Haruki and the wolf leaps, spiking at an insane inner angle that allows the ball to fly right past the blockers. Whoa, what a crazy spike! That was a fluke, or that guy really is crazy good. Right now, I think it's both. The match continues at a high pace the whole time. Even though last year our team got almost completely shafted, this time they're managing to hold on much better. A lot of it comes down to our offence. With our team constantly hammering away at them, it takes everything they've got just to hold on. They're having a hard time mounting the offensive because of it. Still, the score is incredibly close. Shurayama is leading by 18-16. Man, our team is doing well, they can't seem to pull ahead. Shurayama is well known for having one of the best defences in the country, with strong receivers and blockers. Getting past that is no easy feat. That makes the match drag on forever. It's so annoying to watch. How do they even have the stamina to play a full match like that? Just because they specialise in defence doesn't mean they don't have good offence. My guess is they always aim to end matches quickly by shutting out the other team's spikers. Since they're not being able to do that here, all they can do is get a lot of one-touches and receives. The match ends up dragging because of it. So you're saying they aren't the ones making the match drag? We are. Pretty much, they want to shut us out and score points with their blocks. It's because we're not letting them that the match is dragging. Our team's offence is good enough to avoid the wall shutout, but not good enough to consistently score points on top of it. Sounds like a headache. Even Shuichi's serve that was scoring tons of points just yesterday is getting received consistently without many issues this time around. Shurayama might lack really strong players, their foundation is really strong. They're not the kind of team that relies on a single player, which also means they're not the kind of team you can shut down just by putting the pressure on one person. Our team also tries to be that, but because of the huge disparity between Shuichi's skill and the others, they could never really achieve that. When you think about it, Shurayama is a team with lots of strong players that are all balanced among each other. No one stands out. But our team is naturally incredibly unbalanced, and with Haruki in this match, the balance tips over even further. Once the other team has clear targets to focus on, it becomes easier for them to shut them out. I mean, trying to make Shuichi get a lot of the first touches. Well, if Shuichi can't toss them, then our team loses much of its attack potential. That's really annoying. Aki clutches his fist around his arm, quivering. I can see how frustrated he is watching the match. The score is really close. The match really looks even. But despite that, I feel they're slowly being strangled. Their blockers are zoning onto Haruki faster and faster. A lot of the early points on our team came from his spikes. Now they're getting lots of one-touches. Eventually I feel like they're going to start shutting him off completely, then he'll be out of options. The amount of pressure on those two must feel tremendous right now. Hang in there. A block out. Shuichi made a feint pretending to toss the ball to Haruki before sending a quick toss to the black-line spiker. The ball hit the tip of the blocker's fingers. They were falling to the ground and flew out of the court. 21-20. Whoever takes this first set will define the pace for the match. Losing the first set here would be a huge blow to their morale, especially considering the fact that the pace the match is going, and to play all 5 sets would probably exhaust them. This is one thing I never understood about volleyball. How can they jump around so much? Just watching them do it over and over, I already feel like my legs are on fire. And what's interesting, Shuichi's using Haruki-san more and more. I think he's getting used to him. I think it's something like that. Different spikers have different preferences on how they want their tosses and on the time of their attacks. Shuichi's the type to always watch his team, so maybe he's figuring things out as he goes. Although it can feel kind of creepy to be playing with someone that pays so much attention to you. I have Hiroshihara as my practice partner. I can 100% confirm that. Hey, that was uncalled for. Haha, sorry. Wow, Haruki-san is doing really well. Yeah, he is. I was afraid he'd crumble once they started putting pressure on him, but he's dealing with it just fine. My only concern is he doesn't mingle with the team at all during timeouts. He just sits at a corner sipping on water. Well, Rome wasn't built in a day. Let's just be happy he's not starting any fights. He looks super pissed off though. I talked to him a bit before the match. Looks like his brother is here to watch him today, so he said he's going to be on his best behaviour. Wait, when did you talk to him? Aki shrugs. While you guys were talking to Ichi-san inside their locker room, I saw Haruki-san going inside and talk to him for a bit. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I thought I could remind him again about how excited I am for this match and how I hope he'll be able to work well with his team. Aki imitates a high, squeaky, super excited voice. You two scare me with how few qualms you have about manipulating people. It's nothing much. Creepy. Just then Haruki spiked another ball. Every time he does so, the sound that echoes through the court is deafeningly loud. But the first time in the match, he gets completely blocked. Our team's libero tries to save the ball, but it smashes against the floor. 25-23. Damn, they took the first set. Am I blocking Haruki-san too? I hope he handles it. Hit! Just like he was saying those words, Haruki runs up to a nearby chair and kicks it over, startling everyone. His teammates run up to try and calm him down. He seems to prefer just sulking on a corner. Yeah, that's not good. That guy has a really nasty temper, my god. No kidding, I guess hoping everything went smoothly was a bit too optimistic. Come on man, keep that temper in check for just this match. I don't like how this match is going. I don't feel like Shirayama is just going to run away with it, but I'm afraid if it drags too long our team might lose their gas first. It's not just that. Extreme exhaustion takes a really big toll on a person's mental condition. Our team was nearly as united as theirs. I'm afraid they would start fraying. Can we please stop saying such pessimistic things? I don't want to be thinking about all this crap right now. Sorry. Haruki's spike flies towards the high blocking wall. It's immediately sent back to the ground. Even though the team's able to drag the match into the 5th set, it's becoming more and more apparent they're struggling to keep up. Not only that, it's the 5th time Haruki gets blocked just during this set. It's plain to see his play is deteriorating due to stress. Heaven 8. Think they can recover from this? They have to, right? They already managed to get all the way into the 5th set. They just need to reach 15 points first. That's easier said than done. During the whole match I've been watching Shuichi intently. I don't know why, but I feel like his spirit is breaking little by little. The accuracy of his tosses and the power of his serves hasn't diminished, but I feel like he's not making as many bold attacks anymore. The more cornered he feels, the more defensive he gets. And since their strong attacks are the only thing keeping Shirayama from going all out on their own offence, it's also making it harder and harder for them to defend. Shuichi. It's painful. Watching this match is starting to get painful. Even though they were trying so hard. Even though they were doing so well. They're on match point. Shu-chan. 14-10. No matter how much I try, it's not a lead I can imagine them recovering from. The other team's captain serves. He goes for a jump float again. The ball is short, forwarding as soon as it passes the net. It goes for Shuichi. Was he targeting the setter position? Shu-chan! Shuichi lifts his arms to do an overhand receive. The last second, the ball curves again. Shuichi's attempt to receive the ball makes it fly right into the net in front of him. Haruki, who's standing right next to Shuichi, lunges at the ball in an attempt to save it. It hits the floor before the wolf can reach. They all stare at the ball as it rolls away, silently, in shock. The crowd erupts in cheers. Of course, for them it's nothing more than a really close, exciting match. They don't feel the same way as we do. I can't imagine we can feel the same way as the players do. The players all line up in silence. Thank you all for your support. The team walks up to the bleachers, shouting their gratitude to those of us who came to watch. But it just sounds wrong. Hearing them say these things with such sad looks on their faces. I can't take it. Let's go to the locker room. We should talk to Shuichi as soon as he gets out for his post-match meeting. A good idea. Shuichi. We wait around for quite a few minutes, hoping that Shuichi will eventually show up. We're not allowed inside the locker room area because we're not competitors, so we have to wait by the lobby. Once we see his teammates starting to appear, we start looking for Shuichi. Haruki-san. We see Haruki walking side by side with a boy. A white wolf just like him, except he has bright blue eyes and a smile on his face. When Haruki notices us, he lets go of the boy's hand and gets down on his knee, giving the boy a bill. Taro, why don't you go to the vending machine and get yourself a snack, okay? Big bro has to talk to a few friends. Oh, Chan-ni-chan, you don't have to treat me like a baby. The boy looks at us for a few seconds, his eyes land on Aki. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for taking such good care of my brother. I'm sorry he's so much trouble all the time. The boy makes a reverence to us before turning to smile at Aki. Taro. Haruki calls him again, this time more sternly. The boy shows his brother his tongue for running away towards the vending machine. He's such a brat. The wolf sighs, tired. The first time I actually feel like I can relate to him as a person. So what do you want? Come to rub salt on the wound? You paid really well, Haruki-san. Aki smiles mournfully at the wolf, trying to sound sympathetic. Oh, thanks. Man, you're such a well-mannered kid. Wish my brother could be more like you. He's a real brat. Yeah, little brothers always tend to be brats, said older brothers. Believe me, it wouldn't change a thing. Did you see Shuichi? We were looking for him. He left a little before we did. Stayed around all smiles, helping console the other members. Looked like he didn't even care at all. They said he's going to the bathroom. I didn't see him after that. Huh? So you don't know where he is? Well, I thought he's with you people. The little fucker just come up with an excuse to ditch us. I knew he didn't really want to deal with all that sobbing. He sighs, rubbing his forehead. He seems to be so tired he can't even get properly mad. Great. Urata's gone MIA. So we just sit around until he gets back, huh? Will you guys wait around for me? I'll be back in a bit. Well, where are you going? To the bathroom. For real. I've been wanting to go for a while now and I can't hold it in anymore. Seriously? Gross. What? You pee too? Chill. Try not to take too long, okay? We don't know when Urata will get back. Yeah, I know. I'll be quick. Some reason I've had a feeling in my stomach that I should come here. As soon as Haruki said about Shuichi being cheerful, I knew there was something wrong. Carried? Just as I thought I would. I find Shuichi sitting alone on the floor and hugging his knees, his eyes red and wet. Despite the lack of space, I sit next to him, silent. Once Shuichi realizes I'm not going to say a word, he goes back to quietly sniffling. I thought I'd bear witness to full-blown sobbing, but he seems to be controlling himself now that I'm here. Idiot. Why are you here? We met with Haruki. He told us you left a while ago, to go to the bathroom of all places. He said you were smiling and encouraging your teammates. He said you looked like you didn't care. I knew that couldn't be further from the truth, so I came here to look for you. Oh, I see. Sorry to cause you so much trouble. I just wanted you to be alone. So no one could see me looking so pitiful, especially when you to see me like this. I wrapped my arms around him, putting his head towards me and nestling it against my shoulder. Don't be stupid, Shu. I'm your boyfriend now. I'm here for you whenever you need me. Then the dam breaks. Carrot, I really wanted to win. I know. I should have done better. I should have better tossed it. I should have scored more points myself. I should have been able to receive that last ball. I'm sorry, Shuichi. You did the best you could. You can't blame yourself. Let them all down. Counting on me, and I made so many mistakes. Now I'll never get to play with them again. You didn't let anyone down. Stop saying that. You inspired everyone to keep going until the end. How can you say you let them down? But I gently lift his chin with my fingers, planting a gentle kiss on his lips. Harriet? I don't see you talking about yourself like that. I can't stand seeing you like that, Shu. You did the best you could. You did incredibly well. Surely you must know that. But we lost. You can't blame that on yourself. When you always said volleyball is a team sport, you can't win or lose by yourself. Shu, please don't treat yourself like this. None of your teammates think that way of you at all. You all fought to the end with everything you had. Can't you at least be satisfied with that? No, I wanted to win with them. I wanted to keep playing with them. Keep playing volleyball. Then why don't you? I can't. Yes, you can. You should do what you want, Shuichi. Stop worrying so much about what other people want you to do. I'm sorry. I can't. I kiss him once again, stroking his damp cheeks with my fingers. I'm going to keep doing this until you stop with this self-blame and denial. Are you trying to encourage me to continue to do that? I don't want to quit career, but I have to. I promised my father I'd stop after the inter-high. I have to study for the college entrance exams. Shu, you should stop doing everything he wants you to do. You're your own person. You should do what you love. What's it matter if he doesn't approve of it? You're not going to try and look me in the eye and say you don't love volleyball, are you? I'm going to smack you if you keep doing that. I love volleyball. I never want to stop playing it. There we go. But I can't go against what he wants, Carried. Shu. Well, thank you, really. Thank you for being here for me, but it's not that easy. And by the way, Shu, I really like you hearing you call me that. Please do that more. Shuichi cups my cheek in his hand, nuzzling his forehead against mine. Shu. I do as he's asked me, prompting him to smile. Well, at least I have you here with me right now. That's enough for me. I love you, Carried. We continued to kiss for a few more minutes with no more words said between us. I wish I could do more. Isn't there something I could do to help him? Unable to come up with an answer, we silently walk out to join the others. Once I found myself home, I kept looking out the window, thinking about what I can do for him. Shuichi, you've done so much for me over the years. I want to do something for you too. Warm. I touch the tip of my fingers to my lips, remembering the feeling of Shuichi's kisses. For some reason, I find myself missing it. Shuichi, I want to go see you right now. Why won't my chest stop hurting? Trying to get my mind to stop racing, I lie in bed and attempt to distract myself with my phone. No answer from Shuichi yet. He's so silent all the way home. Even if he says I've helped him, it's obvious he's still sad and hurting. Just remember the look on his face when he broke down his tears. I feel like crying myself too. Crap, what's going on with me? Shuichi. I want this day to end already. And there we go. As soon as we get into Monday, I'm just going to leave this here now. So we'll carry on with the next day on the next video. Just save that. And I'm not quite sure when that's going to be. Probably in June sometime. So we'll see what happens this month, and so I will go coming back to Tennis Ace before long. For those people, I know a few of you have been asking about after class. Yes, there is a new update for patrons and a new public update. It's a Mark update for the public, so I'm not doing his route. So we'll wait a bit on that, but I've actually told Andy I will be carrying on with the videos when I can. So if you're an after class fan, that's something to look forward to. And this is the point where I have to thank my top patrons: Leames, Marcus, Brian Hall, Gunnar Muller, Rusty Alvarado, Tiger Cub, Ida Corval, Anubis Silverwind, Brandon Bradford, Dissonance, Samuto, The Beholder, David Taylor, Evan King, and of course Grizz. So thanks to those and all my patrons for bothering to help me out with the channel. I do appreciate you all. And speaking of Grizz, Password's going to be coming up very soon. It might even be the next video on the channel. We'll see exactly how everything goes with that, but that will definitely be this month. We'll get more Password action at Hammond Manor there. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.